Stop looking for happiness. Seriously, most of the advice you've been fed about finding joy is a lie designed to keep you running on a hamster wheel. The truth? You aren't missing happiness. You are actively destroying it every single morning before you even finish your first cup of coffee. We've become a society addicted to our own misery. We've turned stress into a status symbol and being busy into a personality trait. But here's the cold, hard reality. Your favorite daily habits, the ones you think are normal, are actually the very traps keeping you paralyzed in a life that feels empty. In this video, I'm pulling back the curtain on the 5 daily traps that are sabotaging your mental peace. I'm not talking about the obvious stuff like bad sleep or junk food. I'm talking about the psychological cages you've built for yourself without even realizing it. By the end of this, you're going to see your entire routine differently, and more importantly, you'll finally have the key to unlock the exit. If you're tired of feeling like you're just getting through the week instead of actually living it, pay close attention. Trap number 1 is something you're probably doing right this second. I know what I just said sounded a little mean. I told you that you are the one breaking your own happiness. You might be thinking, hey, my life is actually really hard. I have a tough job, I'm tired, and I have bills to pay. How is this my fault? I want to be clear. I am not saying your problems aren't real. I am not saying you are a bad person. What I am saying is that life is already hard enough, but we have these tiny habits that make it feel even heavier. It's like trying to swim while wearing a heavy backpack full of rocks. You are working so hard to stay above the water, but you don't realize you are the one who buckled the backpack on this morning. In this video, I'm not going to give you more work to do. I'm not going to tell you to try harder or be better. Instead, I'm going to show you how to take those rocks out of your backpack one by one. This isn't about adding more things to your day. It's about stopping the things that are secretly stealing your smile. We're going to stop fighting against ourselves and start making room for the good stuff that is already there. Trap number 1, the someday mirage. We all have a someday list in our heads. Someday, when I finally get that promotion, I'll be happy. Someday, when I lose 10 pounds, I'll feel confident. Someday, when I finally have enough money in the bank, I'll stop being stressed. We treat happiness like a finish line that we're constantly sprinting toward. But here's the problem. The finish line is on wheels. Every time you get close to it, your brain just pushes it further away. You get the raise, and suddenly you're worried about the next one. You lose the weight, and now you're worried about keeping it off. This is the biggest trick your mind plays on you. It convinces you that your current life is just a waiting room for your real life to start. But while you're busy waiting for someday, you are completely missing today. You're ignoring the good coffee, the joke your friend told, and the sunset right in front of you because you're too busy staring at a horizon that doesn't exist. Happiness isn't a prize you win at the end of the race. It's the way you breathe while you're running. If you can't find a reason to smile while you're working toward your goals, you won't magically know how to do it once you reach them. Trap number 2, productive procrastination. Most of us are exhausted, but not because we are doing too much of what matters. We are exhausted because we are drowning in fake work. This is the trap of productive procrastination. It's that voice in your head that tells you that you're being good because you answered 50 pointless emails, organized your junk drawer, or spent 3 hours researching the perfect gym shoes instead of actually going for a walk. We choose the easy, busy tasks because they make us feel safe and occupied, but they leave our souls feeling completely empty. This is where that big concern about hustle culture comes in. People think being happy means adding more to their schedule, but it's actually the opposite. You don't need to do more. You need to stop doing the noise that doesn't count. When you fill your day with busy work, to avoid the things that actually scare or excite you, you are trading your long-term joy for a short-term sense of control. True happiness doesn't come from a finished to-do list. It comes from doing the 1 or 2 things that actually move the needle in your life. Stop letting the small stuff steal the energy you need for the big stuff. Trap number 3, the comparison shadow. We've all heard that comparison is the thief of joy, but we do it anyway, every single time we unlock our phones. This is the comparison shadow, and it's a trap because it's a rigged game you can never win. When you scroll through social media, you aren't looking at reality. You are looking at a curated, filtered, and edited theatrical trailer of someone else's life. You see their vacation, their perfect outfit, and their big smile. Meanwhile, You're sitting on your couch, maybe feeling a bit tired or messy, and you start to think, why is my life so boring? Why don't I have that? The reason this kills your happiness is that you are comparing your behind-the-scenes footage, the parts where you struggle, doubt yourself, and do the dishes, to everyone else's highlight reel. It's like being upset that a raw onion doesn't taste like a gourmet meal. You are judging your internal mess by someone else's external polish. This isn't your fault, because these apps are designed to make you stay and stare, but it is your job to remember that nobody posts their failures, their lonely nights, or their bank statements. If you keep looking at other people's lives to see how yours is doing, you will always feel like you're losing. Trap number 4, emotional hoarding. Think about your brain like a house. Most of us are living in a house filled with old trash we refuse to throw away. This is emotional hoarding. It's when you spend your afternoon replaying a fight you had 3 years ago or worrying about a mistake you might make next week. We hold on to these heavy feelings, anger, guilt, and anxiety, because, deep down, we think they are protecting us. We think if we stay angry at someone who hurt us, they can't hurt us again. We think if we worry enough about the future, we can prevent bad things from happening. But here's the truth. Holding onto a hot coal doesn't hurt the person you're mad at. It only burns your hand. This is the victim versus agent question. You might not be at fault for the bad things that happen to you, but you are the only one who can decide to stop carrying the weight of them today. When you hoard these old emotions, you leave no room in your house for new, happy memories. You are choosing to relive your worst days over and over again. Letting go isn't about saying what happened was okay. It's about deciding that your peace of mind is more important than your past pain. Trap number 5, the isolation illusion. Modern life is designed to make us feel like we can do it all alone. We have apps for food, movies for entertainment, and social media for connection, but we've never been lonelier. This is the isolation illusion. It's that voice that tells you to stay home when you're feeling down because no one wants to deal with your mood, or you don't want to be a burden. You think you're protecting yourself by pulling away, but you're actually cutting off your oxygen. This is the ultimate happiness killer. We are wired to be around other people, to be seen, and to be heard. When things get hard, the trap convinces you that you are the only one struggling and that everyone else is doing just fine. But that is a lie. Every single person you see is carrying a heavy backpack of their own. When you hide, you don't just hide your sadness. You hide the part of you that is capable of being loved and supported. Breaking this trap doesn't mean you need 100 friends or a big party. It means making one genuine connection, a 5-minute phone call, a coffee with a neighbor, or just telling a friend, "Hey, I've had a rough day." Happiness isn't a solo sport. It's something that grows in the space between us and other people. The conclusion and the exit key. So here we are. We've looked at the 5 traps that have been quietly stealing your joy. Waiting for a someday that never comes, staying busy with things that don't matter, comparing your life to a fake highlight reel, hoarding old pain, and hiding from the world. If you felt a little called out during this video, good. That means you finally see the traps. You can't escape a cage if you don't know the bars are there. The exit key is simpler than you think. Happiness is an action of subtraction, not addition. You don't need a new car, a new body, or a new life to be happy. You just need to stop doing the things that make you miserable. You need to put down the heavy rocks you've been carrying and realize that you are allowed to feel okay right now, exactly as you are, in the middle of your messy, complicated, real life. Stop waiting for the world to change so you can finally be happy. Change the way you walk through the world, and the world will start to look different. Which of these 5 traps felt like I was reading your mind today? Drop a comment below, let's talk about it, and help each other break the cycle. Because the door to the cage isn't locked, you just have to decide to walk out.